Thinking about travelling to Rhodes this summer? Then this video is for you. Hey, I'm Chris and I've been travelling around Europe showing what these destinations are actually like. This time I'm exploring the beautiful island of Rhodes and find out whether Jet2's 5-star Indulgent Escapes holiday actually lives up to its name. We'll wander through Rhodes Old Town, sail to the stunning island of Symi, we'll take an unforgettably hot open-top drive to Lindos, compare luxury hotels and show you the airport chaos that nobody right now is actually talking about. So before you go book that next holiday, find out if Rhodes is actually worth it.
So welcome to a new little travel blog. Today is super wet and cold in Northern Ireland, just the way I like it. So I decided, let's go to warm 30 degrees Rhodes. Let's do it.
So everything starts out at Belfast International Airport. It's our biggest airport here in Northern Ireland and it has a nice little bar, does actual pints of Guinness, which is good. It's still under construction and it's getting better every time I visit it. So what a wet day to leave.
Absolutely soaking hot.
We couldn't wait to get out, and then whenever we landed, the chaos started. This is Rhodes Airport and it is diabolical. It's so hot and you're queuing as soon as you get off the plane and you're just queuing and queuing and queuing to get into this little room. So they've just give up instead of using these green scanning devices. It's chaos. And the Indulgent Escapes with Jet2 isn't that indulgent because you have to still queue. So this is a little room here and look at this. So we'll get in pretty late and this is the food for tonight, which I'm not that angry about because there's wine, there's cheese, and I'm very, very hungry. So we're gonna have a wee bite here and then go and catch the Scotland match, which is great. So this is what you wake up to in the morning, which is pretty nice.
Today we're gonna go take a little look around the pool and see what's to do and see around here, but pretty much the whole plan is just to chill and eat.
Day one we decided to have breakfast and we went for Spanish omelettes just to keep it a wee bit healthy to start things off the right way. And what a unique way to make Spanish omelettes. There was everything from Greek honey and yogurts and just everything you could think of. And of course we started the day out right with a little cocktail.
We're just back up into the hotel again after going down onto the sunbeds. I have to say, coming from Northern Ireland, whenever it's like 13, 12 degrees, rain all the time, and you come to somewhere like here where it's 30 and it's just like instant biting sun, yeah, you do some complaining, you do some drinking, so we're going to head a bit of a walk here. I just cannot stand the sunbeds anymore, so I don't even know if holidays in hotels is even made for me anymore at this age. I'm 47 and it is hot.
So this is my dear wife being really classy with some healthy fruit and then a lovely little beer to wash it down. You can only get away with that on holiday, you can't get away with it at home anyway. We're having a wee dander down through the rest of the hotel that we're in. So being from Northern Ireland, all I can do is complain about the heat, but it's actually really nice today because there's a bit of a wind in Rhodes and everybody had all warned me and said, well, when you go to Rhodes, it's windy, just watch out for the wind. And it's honestly such a nice thing to have a gentle little wind in the middle of 30 degrees heat. Without the wind, you would be a very unhappy person. So this is the wee pub area that you can come down to whenever you walk down from the actual hotel itself, which is interesting. So this is Ixia, and if I'm honest, it wasn't really for me. Outside of the hotel, it's a bit scruffy. The main road is busy, parts of it smell, and it just doesn't have that charming Greek holiday feel that I was hoping for. So if you're coming to Rhodes, I'd spend your time exploring somewhere else other than this place. And I promised my wife I would still go to the gym, so I was a good boy for the first couple of days and used the hotel gym. It's decent quality actually. So that was a successful day. This has been a long time since we've been back in an actual hotel, like doing the whole kind of like packaged holiday thing where you're shipped from a taxi, you've got like your chartered flight and everything's all like kind of like linear and there's no movement that can go wrong. To be honest, I can see why absolutely everybody loves doing it because it's so like simple. You can just jump on a plane, you can hop to your destination and everybody's looking after you to get you there. Whereas some of the other holidays that we've had where we've missed planes, we've missed trains, we've missed ferries, we've missed everything, and part of the fun is actually going and like finding your way to do that. Not at the time. At the time, it's really stressful and everybody hates each other. But whenever you actually get there and you look back and you remember all these crazy kind of stories that happen over like proper journeys like that. But I can really see how this setting really works for people, and for me, it's a really lovely difference of a holiday to come away to something like this where you've got all your food set out, you've got absolutely everything that you need all ready to go. But still, I love that little bit of adventure. So tomorrow we're going to head on a little bit of adventure. So we're going to leave this hotel to go and try and do something a wee bit different. So tomorrow I feel like we're going to go this direction. I don't even know if it is this direction, but we're going to go this direction to the old Rhodes town. And Old Rhodes is like kind of vintage Greece, like little old cobbled streets and stuff like that. So we'll go and take a look, see what it's like. So we were staying in the Atrium Platinum, which is in Ixia, and the standout thing for me had to been the food. It was just good, in fact, probably perfect. Every single night, night after night, it was great. The entertainment, maybe it's a bit of a hit and miss. The only thing I would say about the bar area was that it probably could have done with a little bit of outdoor space, but maybe the mosquitoes would eat you alive and they just knew better than what I did, so I'll just take it as it is. So we're going to go and grab a wee taxi, head into, where are we going to, into Rhodes Town? Yes. So we're going into Rhodes Old Town. We're going to grab a taxi. We're going to go now. So when you first arrive in the old Rhodes town, you could be forgiven for thinking this thing is a bit of a mistake. The entrance is lined with souvenir shops selling fridge magnets, fake designer handbags, t-shirts, and just about every other tourist trinket you can imagine. It feels busy, commercial, and a wee bit overwhelming. But don't judge it too quickly, because 700 years ago, this thing in the early 1300s, the Knights of St. John arrived in Rhodes and transformed it into one of the strongest fortified cities in the Mediterranean. That's pretty impressive to me. So they built these massively thick, enormous stone walls, fortified gates and narrow winding streets to protect the island from invading armies and pirate attacks. How cool is that? Every corner you turn has a little story behind it. So as you start to walk through, the crowd starts to thin out and you'll discover peaceful courtyards, beautiful stone buildings, little hidden cafes and streets that have barely changed for centuries. And it's so easy to imagine knights hundreds of years ago firing around these streets, absolutely cooking in their armour. So for me, this is what makes Rhodes Old Town so special. Once you get beyond the tourist stalls and the entrance, you're walking through a living piece of history, and it's one of the absolute highlights of the island. You have to do it.
So you can just walk right into this place, and it's there's no fee or anything to get in, which is refreshing. But it's random. It's like the Knights Templar or whatever. It's kind of like run this place for a bit, but look at it. It's massive, and you get quite a lot for your money whenever you don't pay money. However, I have a very bad feeling that it's not going to end up free somewhere. I'm going to end up getting fleeced in this little old town, but so far it's lovely.
Okay, so one of the best ways to experience Rhodes Old Town is actually just to put your wee map away and just start walking, and that's exactly what we did. It's way bigger than it first appears. Every little alley seems to just lead into some other little hidden square, another little cobbled street, and another little tucked away cafe. And before long, we'd completely lost our bearings, and honestly, getting lost in any holiday we've ever done is the best way to see anything. As we explored, we found sections of the old city walls, stumbled across some of the great little photo spots overlooking the rooftops, and discovered pretty much every little quiet corner away from the crowds, which was fantastic. And of course, we couldn't walk past the little independent shops. Lindsay absolutely loved browsing through them all, and there was everything from handmade olive wood, local spices and leather sandals to quirky souvenirs, jewellery, and some random stuff that made me really laugh. So even if you're not into planning to buy anything, it's great just to wander around and see what the atmosphere of the old town is like. So these wee streets just go on and on and on, and it's all pretty much like things like these, which is pretty nice. And you can end up getting absolutely lost and absolutely thirsty as well, so I'm starting to work up a bit of a thirst now. So we found this main strip here, which is like, it's where all the shops and stuff like that properly are. It just kind of turned into this in a wee flash, which was nice. And then see if we can get a drink in it. This is where you know it's going to cost you money. And then these are all the drinks you end up getting free shots with. Literally like 5 of them. There's a nice wee gift for anybody to bring home here. Looks great. So we came up to the top, but it didn't end up being the restaurant thing that I thought it was going to be. It's like just more churchy bits. Oh, and a knight that you're not allowed to touch. He'd be so tempting for our girls to touch. Belle would touch him.
Eventually, we arrived at the Palace of the Grand Master. I don't know why they called it that, but it's a huge castle that dominates Rhodes Old Town, and it's impressive. You have to go and see it and step inside.
Only after like walking around through all the streets, we found this big boy here. So we're going to go out and take a wee look and see what he's given. It's probably going to have like a bit of a castle tour or something decent.
Entry costs us around €40 for the two of us, so it isn't the cheapest attraction on the island, but you're here to enjoy yourself, so go and spend the money. It's worth seeing. The rooms are superbly restored, the mosaic floors are stunning, and you get a real sense of how important this actual place was. For us though, the castle was an absolute bonus.
So the castle's pretty impressive. I don't know how much history I'm getting from it because it's all like little tiny figurines and things like that, but it's huge. Check out the size of it.
So walking through the Palace of the Grand Master feels like stepping back into the Middle Ages with a knight's suit on you. This is one of the best headquarters of the Knights of St. John, a military and religious order that arrived in Rhodes about 700 years ago. How crazy is that? Their job was to defend Christian pilgrims travelling through the Mediterranean, and Rhodes became one of their most important strongholds. And from here, the knights planned their defences, governed Rhodes, and protected it from everybody that wanted to attack it for almost 200 years. Feels a wee bit like Belfast.
So everybody in here is like really quiet, whispering. It's like a church. You'd think somebody died here, and we're not tourists. It's actually frightening and scary. Hope you can hear my voice because I'm genuinely trying to be whispering and reverent.
Although parts of the original palace were damaged over centuries, because that's going to happen, it was carefully restored in the 30s, and so today you can still admire the grand halls, the beautiful mosaic floors. So whether you're a history lover or not, it's hard not to be super impressed by the scale of this place and imagine what life was like whenever you were actually walking through these all those years ago. So here's a wee bit of trivia. The Knights of St. John weren't just monks. So they took their religious vows, but they were known as one of the most feared soldiers in Europe. And from this very castle, they defended Rhodes against every single invading army that could come at them for 200 years. And it remained one of the strongest fortresses. And to this day, it's still one of the strongest fortresses in the Mediterranean. Not bad for a wee group of monks.
If you got your light on.
After leaving the castle, we soon found ourselves in Hippocrates Square. It's the lively heart of Old Rhodes Town. Surrounded by cafes, restaurants and historic buildings, it's the perfect place to just take a wee break, grab a drink and soak up some of the atmosphere. You'll feel like a tourist.
So this is the wee square that we're in. You can see behind me.
So after leaving the castle, we wandered down through the town and eventually landed in the main square, which is basically where everybody ends up after they've either wanted lunch, lost their partner, or just given up trying to find places on Google Maps. So there's this lovely fountain inside the middle of the square. There's restaurants all around it and waiters gently, well, maybe not so gently, trying to lure you in. And it's got that classic holiday vibe feeling where everybody's super warm, they're super hungry, and they're pretending that they know all about where they're going and what they're doing. So from there, we followed down the street and found the ruins of this old church, and you can walk right through the grounds, which is pretty class. 1 minute you're there looking at ancient stone walls, and then the next minute you're wondering, like, is this time for a wee quick cheeky beer, because it gets really hot. Then, just beyond the city walls, the whole place changes all over again. You step out towards the shore and you can feel the cool sea breeze. My goodness, there's luxury yachts lying along the harbour, there's boats bobbing up and down, little floating shops. It's actually beautiful. So that's what I loved about the old town, the castle, the square, the ruins, the harbour, all within a couple of minutes of each other. There's sea views and there's a wee bit of mild confusion. So basically everything for the perfect quality combo.
So we're just walked out of the old town and we're walking along the seafront. There's lots of big ships and stuff in. And I'm seeing these little like hire buggies that you can take. So I'm thinking that we're going to try and hire a wee buggy tomorrow and go and do a bit of a run around the island in it. Especially because the weather's nice. You couldn't get away with a buggy back in Belfast, but you could definitely get away with one over here. Get all these on the go. So this is the outside of the actual the walled city that you can walk around, and it's pretty nice. It's huge. It's probably one of the biggest, best preserved little cities to get. It looks like in around after lunch, all the cruise ships are in, and here it gets pretty busy. But it's a nice little vibe because there's lots going on and there's lots happening, and it kind of adds a whole lot of atmosphere. But warm, busy, lots to do. It's actually it gets a good solid 8 out of 10 for me. It's a nice wee spot.
So we returned on a taxi. It cost about €15 to get back to our main hotel, and this is the front of the place. It's a nice big entrance into it. The taxi driver drove like a madman on the way in. This actually doesn't do it justice. And that made us hungry, so we got back to the restaurant, had something to eat, and then out onto the sun deck.
Kind of worked out that if you ordered 2 drinks at a time, they come out and they're just on time. So that's what we've been doing now with this little effort here. It's like the chef's kiss.
Okay, so we're back after going to Rhodes Old Town, and it gets a solid 7 out of 10 for me, maybe even an 8 out of 10. It's a beautiful place. The actual castle thing that you go to in the centre of the town is fantastic. It genuinely is. A bit dear, maybe it's €40 for 2 people to go to, and probably could be cheaper to be fair, because back at home castles are way less than that, but it's tourist stuff and I think that's just what they like to do. So really nice place. Really enjoyed actually getting out, breaking up, just sitting in the hotel all the time as well. So I think actually Rhodes Old Town gets a solid score for me. So tomorrow we're going to chill back at the hotel again, and then the next day we're going to go to Symi Island. So check it out.
So we had a quick little drink on our balcony, as everybody does on holiday, and then we went up onto the a la carte, up onto the top floor. You felt a wee bit more special because you were beyond all the minions on the down below, but you have to book these things so you don't get them every night. But we get up on the top, and that's where you get all the nice sunsets. There's 2 restaurants up on top here. So this is the European one. Food was really nice. It was nicely presented, and the staff, I must say, in this place are impeccable. They cannot do enough for you, and they are like that 24/7. They're just really good. So you get to watch the sunset go down, eat really nice food, and feel just happy about your life. And then the next day we lay out, had a little bit of a rest. And the nice thing about this place is you use this little app, and the app will then just serve food right to wherever you're lying around. It just comes and finds you food and drink, so it's very tempting to just keep it going all day long. But finally my wife then distracted me, brought me inside to the pool area, which actually is really nice. I'm not a big kind of pool guy, but flew around, got a couple of laps in, and then I seen the bar from underneath the bridge, and I thought, well, it's cheeky not to go back and have another one. So we swam for a wee bit more, took in the sights of underneath all the different bridges, and then decided that it's time to go and get something nice to eat. So the beauty about having an all-inclusive package is that you can literally just eat really good food, as much of it as you possibly can eat.
So we're out in a little open top today. Well, we're going to get a buggy, but these guys here who are at the hotel don't do the buggies. But we thought we'll get the next best thing. So we've got open sky, which in Northern Ireland you get about 6 usable days a year where you can actually have a sunroof open. People in Northern Ireland are dogmatic about driving even in the winter with the roof open, because they've spent all the money buying the thing, so they may as well drive with it. So you see them driving with hats and scarves and coats. And it's nice actually here that we're out and we've got sun cream on, and we're ready for the sun to beat down on us. So back in Northern Ireland at the minute we're getting heat waves, and in England we're getting up into the 40s, which is crazy because it's 30 here and it's hot. Definitely is hot. So I feel sorry for people back home actually. So we're on this one coast road which takes us the whole way from where we're staying to Lindos, and then park up. We'll go up and see what there is to see there. So we're in Lindos, and the parking's pretty savage, so you end up having to park way up at the top of the hill here, but it's absolutely fine because it's a nice little walk in the sunshine and you get all the lovely views down here. Check these views out. So Lindsay's brought the worst possible shoes to wear for this. It's actually not that bad, it's just that, like, literally just like a slight decline. So this is the wee spot here, which is kind of worth the drive. Okay, so Lindos is apparently the prettiest part of the island to come and see. It's all like little whitewash houses and things like that, and it's pretty fancy compared to the rest of the island. I'll tell you what, it is noisy with all like the bikes and the cars and all the hustle and bustle, so I'm hoping it kind of like patters out a bit whenever you get down to the bottom, that there's not much traffic and not much going on then. So this bit seems to be a bit mad. Okay, so we've got ourselves down to the bottom. We've got some funky smells going on as well, probably from these bins. Oh no, it's not. I figured out where the funky smell's coming from.
Taxi, yes, please. So once you arrive, you're greeted with the crowd straight away, and I mean everyone and their granny has got the exact same idea that you have. The little shops are lovely at first, full of souvenirs, clothes, ceramics and things you absolutely do not need, but somehow will consider buying them anyway. There's a few tourist traps too, so maybe leave your wallet in the hotel, or at least put your good wife on spending supervision.
That's pretty nice. Yes, there's lovely like little crafts and stuff here that you can come and see. I really like this here actually. I like this for the house. Bit of olive oil. There's any amount of nice things in here, but they're all very pricey. But I suppose you get what you pay for. Like,
what's the memory of it, isn't it?
Yeah, 175 is a bit steep.
So the heat in these wee alleys is no joke, because the streets are so narrow, it feels like the sun is just getting trapped inside these places with you. And after about 5 minutes, you're not browsing anymore, you're just hunted for water, shade, or something a wee bit stronger with ice inside it. Beautiful place, but bring fluids and a lot of patience.
It is buy one green dress, get one free. So Lindsay's broke her shoes and just picked the best place to come and go to buy a new set, because the good thing about little places like here is that their prices are always the cheapest that will be on the whole island. I love all the floors on these things here. So we're up on top of the rooftop bar here, and it's a lovely like little kind of closed in city. There's like archways everywhere and shops everywhere, which I'm very worried about that Lindsay's going to end up spending a fortune in. But we have walked our way up to this place, which is like a rooftop bar, and you can see most of the place, and you can see like maybe where maybe the square would be, maybe where maybe a little church is, and then just behind me here is where the Acropolis is. So I kind of feel like we've already walked to the Acropolis, so we probably should go up and see the rest of it. So we've came here on a super hot day. It's like 35 and you can feel it. Oh, it is a cooker. But it's a beautiful spot. Lots of little shops and things like that you can go and stop at, and little whitewashed streets and stuff like that. Really, really nice. This here is a labour of love. Whoever's made all that.
So once you push past all the crowds, the smells, and the little shops trying to emotionally blackmail you into buying a ceramic donkey, Lindos really does start to show itself off. The wee whitewashed streets are so beautiful. Tiny little lanes, blue doors, little balconies, cats judging everybody, and that proper Greek island look that you just imagined before you came to the place. And sitting above everything is the Acropolis of Lindos. This town goes way back thousands of years, and that massive hilltop fortress was once one of the most important places on the island. The only catch, well, you're gonna have to climb it in this heat, and I'm not made for it, sorry. I'm sure there's another video you can watch. So if you hate heat, steps, and sweating through the clothes you only brought for a nice holiday photo, this is your warning. Bring water, take your time, and maybe don't attempt it after a big lunch unless you enjoy meeting your maker halfway up that hill.
So because we're staying in the hotel that we're staying in now, they've a sister hotel which we're going to go to next. Get a wee bit of lunch there and then return, but look at here.
So we just had to stop for a little quick drink just before getting back into the car. And the rooftop here lets you see the Acropolis, and it was good enough for me to see it. The toilets in this country, there's just something wrong with them. I don't know what it is, but they smell so bad. So we headed back then for the car, and my goodness was it hot. Whatever 107 degrees F is effing hot. So we also got to visit the Atrium Palace, which was just as good as the place we were staying in, which is just outside Lindos, and it's not so quite in Lindos, more like Lindos adjacent, which is travel agents speak for you'll need a wee car to get there.
I'm just admiring the food that we're going to have here, so you can eat off any of this menu, which is good, so we're going to give it our best shot.
So again, the beauty about stopping at places like this is that you can take in other hotels and see everything that they have on offer, and then figure out if you want to come back there, maybe on another time. And this one here would definitely get a thumbs up from us. My wife actually really loves the place. And the food itself was fantastic. So you got another 5-star meal here, which was absolutely stunning. And then we took a little walk through the rest of the hotel, and then left to come back to eat another big massive meal whenever we got back home. So we ended up this time going for an Asian restaurant, and in here it was stunning. You got like your Asahi beers, which are all premium beers, and then you got like all your tempuras and your sushi, and just everything in this restaurant was just fantastic. And the service in this place, any of the restaurants that we've been to, the service is impeccable. It's like it's made by the best of the best, and they're just so good with you.
Okay, so today we are going on a different little trip. We're going to go on a boat ride over to Symi Island. So we're kind of looking forward to this one because it's going to be out on the open sea. It's pretty windy today, so it could end up being a very bumpy run for my lovely little wife. So we'll find out in a minute. And the idea is you go over to Symi Island, they take you to some cove, let you do a bit of swimming. We're both not big swimmers. I absolutely hate cold water for some reason, and my wife can't swim, so we're not probably going to be swimming that much, but we might all get peer pressured into doing it, so let's see what happens. So the people that we're away with today is a company called Get My Guide. They're all over Europe, or probably all over the whole of the world, and you can pretty much just go online, you know what you're paying, you pay it up front so you're not getting ripped off, and usually every one that we've ever done has been great fun, good value, and we've enjoyed it, so I'm hoping the same one for this one. So if you want to do something similar, it's better than just like going to like a little kiosk and asking somebody for a price, because you always feel like they're going to like take an extra 5 or 10 or €100 off you. So Get My Guide.
So after a small bus ride, we ended up in Rhodes Old Town, just down at the port. And because we like making life dramatic, we went on a high-speed boat to save a little time. Now, a little warning, if you sit outside, you will get absolutely soaked. And not just a little sea mist in the face, I mean soaked. Have I actually joined the Greek Navy? Kind of soaked. It was wet. And inside isn't exactly a spa day either. It's fast, it's bumpy, and the seats fill up so quickly. So get on early and grab a decent spot, unless you enjoy standing around like a confused dad at a school disco, which I did. So before reaching Symi, the boat stops off at St George's Bay. It's a gorgeous wee spot where you can just jump in, swim, cool down, and pretend that you're on a luxury travel advert and not inside some sort of weird boat trip. But if you're a wee bit like myself, you'll just sit on the deck and watch everybody else have fun while you absolutely get roasted like a little red lobster. Honestly, it's somewhere to go and really enjoy yourself. You'll actually have fun here. And then you arrive in Symi itself, and honestly, this one is the stunner of the whole trip. It's colourful houses stacked up on the hillside, boats in the harbour, bright blue water, little cafes and Instagram photo spots absolutely every turn that you make. So if you thought Rhodes Old Town was a bit of history, Symi is just pure postcard vibes, you got to see it.
So this here is Symi Island, and came off the boat. The boat was a wee bit rough. Actually, it was a very choppy ride, and you'll see in the video actually whenever we were hitting the waves, that like the sea was just like absolutely soaking you. So we went indoors, bit of a disaster. And then when we got here, like The actual island is absolutely gorgeous. It's so pretty. Like everywhere is like a wee Instagram moment. So we had probably the best beer that I think I've had since we've been away. Actually, it was like the frozen glass job, and it was great coming off a hot boat and into this sunshine. So the actual town itself here is fab. It's so many nice things to go and walk, and everywhere is just stunning. It's like blue seas, bright little buildings, happy people because everybody's drinking alcohol. It's a great place. But again, it is probably a very, very hot place. So if you're coming here in July, I think you're gonna absolutely die of death. And there's cars everywhere.
It's an absolute melt here. Look at this here. So if you ever think it's annoying to get into your home for parking, look at this here for.
I'd be so worried.
Yeah. So if you're walking, I think like the locals like really resent that you have that you've came here as a tourist. So if you're coming here, just beware of all the traffic.
I'd love to know what the locals do in this place whenever all the tourists all go away, because there's literally like there's very little happening here other than it looks really pretty. So I don't actually know what goes on in this town other than like tourists come, they have loads of things to come and eat. But the background here is classic. Look at all the textures. Taking pictures there. In fact, let's take some pictures. So I'll tell you what, living in this town, if you had to do that every single day to get up out of your house, and these are the small steps, the big steps are massive ones, so you'd have legs like gas bottles. If you're wondering what you would end up doing if you came to this island, there's a couple of things. You come, you have a pint first because you're absolutely roasting from getting off the boat, and then 2, there's a set of steps you can do that will take you up to the top and a bit of a viewpoint. And then 3, you can go and buy like lots of souvenirs, maybe grab something to eat. But 3 hours is probably all you need to do in this little place. So I could see myself staying here, but I don't know about like actually like coming and staying here for a whole holiday. I think it would be a bit too much drama. So Lindsay's away in to buy loads of like souvenir stuff and all the kind of pruck that everywhere sells. So I've come out here just to have a bit of a chill. It is so warm today. The heat is at piercing level. It must be like, it feels like it's about 40 degrees. It's crazy. So, and because it's so hot, Lindsay doesn't want to make the whole way up to the top of the steps. She just wants to shop and probably drink beer. So I'm gonna try and maybe make it up to the top just for the sake of trying to do a video and show something that's actually nice in the town. But women, can't take them with you. You can't kill them. But you can kill them, but you'll get caught.
So if you come here and you're not acclimatized to the weather, there's no way you're going to do that much, but we decided just to climb this small set of steps.
She makes it look so easy, like this.
It's slippy. Slippy.
So Symi is one of those places where as soon as the boat turns the corner, everybody, grannies, grandas, everybody turns into a photographer. Because you arrive into the harbour and it's just colour everywhere. There's little pastel houses stacked up the hills, little boats bobbing up and down, cafes with people running around with cold beer, and everything is just Instagram spots to make your phone battery just give up. So Symi isn't just a pretty face. You see, for years this island was really famous for sponge diving and sea trade, and a lot of those grand old houses were built all along the coast because of this trade. So for us, Symi was really simple. You arrive, you walk, you eat, you take way too many photographs, and I was absolutely guilty of this. And then you pretend that every corner wasn't designed specifically to make your Instagram look better than your actual life.
We're going to head into Rhodes Old Town. We were there before and the weather was really good. It was really hot. And we thought, like, let's go in the evening and check it out. So I found it a really nice IPA bar, and where we are right now is all inclusive. We can eat whatever we want, drink whatever we want, but there's only so many holiday beers that you can have before you really want to get the stuff that you're used to back home. So I'm going to go and try some nice East Coast IPAs and some nice different cocktails that maybe that you just can't get whenever you're in typical Greece settings. So go do that, see what the town's like at night time, and then head back home, get ready to go home.
So for the last evening we headed back into Rhodes Old Town at dusk, and honestly it felt like a totally different place. The little floating shell boats were all lit up and attracting all the tourists. So these little boats are very popular. There's actually 3 of them. There's like the OG one, and then there's 2 like kind of dupe versions, so make sure you pick the right one. But we went into all 3 and they all have really good deals inside them, and the sound is just stunning. You could actually sit here for maybe 20 minutes and just take it all in, but if you'd done that you would spend a fortune, so try and get out. And then finally we found the only proper IPA bar in the town. Great craft beers, good food actually on the tables, and a sampler flight that was absolutely excellent. So after that we browsed a few more of the shops. So we visited a couple more of the shops and we looked at all the different types of jewellery, perfumes, and all the little souvenirs that everybody is just dying to sell you. And I'm sure these guys make a fortune every night with all the drunks. So at night, walking through old Rhodes Town feels like stepping through a time machine. And this one just seems to have souvenir shops, ice cream, and men trying to sell you belts. But the thing that really interests me is these huge stone walls all around the city have seen everything. Knights marching through them in armour, traders shouting in the streets, beggars tucked into little corners, probably mugging people, horses clattering over the wee stones, and probably some poor lad hundreds of years ago getting dragged home just after one more wine. And that was probably me. Every gate looks like it's got this little story in it. Every wall seems like it survived a siege and a scandal, and just looking around just makes me think, what was this place like hundreds of years ago? So by day it's impressive, but my goodness, at dusk, with the lights glowing on the old stones, Rhodes Old Town feels properly alive, ancient, dramatic, and somehow still ready to take your money for a wee fridge magnet. You have to come see this place. We just decided, look, let's head back to the hotel for the evening entertainment, which, to be fair, could be done with a bit of work. Okay, so the last morning we decided let's take a little walk back in the roads along the coast, because apparently after having 7 days of eating like absolute beasts, we thought we were still athletes. And to be fair, it was a very lovely wee route. The sea beside us, huge boulders giving bits of shade, and these tiny little religious shrines dotted along the pathway. But the heat had other plans for this Irishman. After about 5 minutes we realised there was less romantic coastal stroll, and it was more like slow cooked boy from Northern Ireland. So we made the mature decision, let's get back to the hotel, let's get some more free drinks and one rest by the pool before we fly home.
Okay, so for the last couple of days we've been doing this all inclusive here, and it's been good fun because you've got to eat what you want and the quality of the food's really good. The nicest thing I think is that the food is premium food and the drinks are premium food, so you're not getting like your cheap knockoffs that you've never heard of. You're actually getting branded drinks that you're well aware of. So we kind of totaled everything up, and because I'm still away on holiday and I don't want to sit out with a calculator and total everything up, it's going to be up here on the screen and you're going to get to see basically what we saved over a typical day. So we basically recorded like the likes of getting up in the morning, having your breakfast made for you. You went outside, then maybe you want to grab a coffee on the terrace, and then after that, then you start hitting waters and sodas and nice just kind of drinks before you get naughty in the afternoon. And then lunch, you would have a nice good lunch. You could either go up to the a la carte and have a nice sit down meal, or you could go and eat outside on the pool bar. And each of those meals are kind of around like the kind of €20 mark per person. And then I think it's really good value. You're getting like glasses of nice beers and things like that. And then you go back downstairs and that's when cocktails kind of hit in. And if you're sensible, you start cocktails about 3, but some people are like drinking cocktails from like 10 in the morning. So for me, like we had like maybe 3 or 4 different types of cocktails over the day. And then back in, you would go and get a nice meal in that night, and if you fancied a bottle of wine, so my wife likes white wine and I like red, so we'd end up with 2 bottles of wine, and then you would have maybe another cocktail, and then maybe you would have a little shot of like nice tequila or maybe like a nice whiskey, and it was all the good branded stuff. So like each of those shots are maybe like 24 euros sort of thing. So when you total everything up, and I don't mean that it's like you're just grabbing everything you can grab, it's like a normal day where you're feeling that this is what I want to have to enjoy myself. And whenever you total it all up, you actually really do genuinely save cash whenever you go all inclusive. So I think it's really worthwhile like considering that. Like, we're not all inclusive stayers, and we wouldn't do it in probably like 90% of the holidays we've ever done, but it's definitely really opened my eyes that maybe going all inclusive, especially whenever the climate's weird. Trump's doing all sorts of stuff with wars, and there's all kind of weird fuel crisis, and you just don't know what you can typically like pay for or what's going to even be around next year. So for me, I actually think going all inclusive package holiday in this climate is absolutely a perfect move. So if that's a wee bit of you and you've enjoyed watching these videos, I hope that you, 1, give me a little subscribe, and 2, that you just even drop a comment. It makes a lot of difference for me because I read them all, I comment on them all, because I want to make this little channel like kind of work. So hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing what Rhodes has to offer, some of the places that you can go and see and do, and I will catch you on the next little trip. So thank you for watching.
So Rhodes, look, you were beautiful. My liver, however, will be writing a formal complaint to you. Thank you very much.